Episode 1, the Rio Vida. Let's get into it, G. ¿Tú eres born and raised aquí en el Valley o no?
Yeah, I'm born in McAllen.
Sí?
Yeah. I was raised all throughout the Valley, but like when I was, what was I? It was like 7. Well, look, I was born here in McAllen, but right before I was born, my mom was living in Mexico with my dad. And then like the day like when I was supposed to be born, they crossed my mom over so I could be born here. And then pretty much so I was born here. And then we went back to Mexico, so I was in Mexico till I was about 4. And then Spanish was my first language. And then from Mexico we came here to the Valley. We used to stay in Díaz Ordaz, so it's right here, you know, it's right here in Mission, other side. Yeah, so we came over here, and then we were here for a while, then we moved to California. My mom's from Cali. My dad made my mom in Cali when he was in the labor over there, you know. So we went back over there. We were over there for a couple years, and I came back over here, and then just been here for a while. And then every now and then we'll go back to Cali, but I mean, pues now I'm an adult, so I just go visit her, you know.
Yo no sabía ese jale, güey. So tienes Cali roots, ¿verdad? Como quiera entonces.
Yeah, pues toda my mom's side, and then pues some of my dad's family se quedó allá because they went over there to go work, you know, for the labor. So I have a lot of family out there.
¿Jalaste en la labor o no?
I never worked like where I was the one like always there, but like I wasn't getting a paycheck, but I worked in the field. You know what I'm saying? I've gone to go, he piscado sandía, like you know what I mean. He piscado melon. I've gone to go do a onion, you know, but I've never actually like I was a migrant, but I was still a kid, so my parents were making me work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, la classic.
Yeah, classic. You know,
back in the day, they would do that shit a lot, güey.
Yeah, everybody. You get the benefits, you know, and free notebooks.
Al Chile, güey, al Chile, yeah. Because yo con el jefe también, iba al construction de chavalo, güey. Y ahí andas y la madre.
Yeah, and like, they wouldn't like, you gotta work all day, but every now and then, you know, but it wasn't like, I wasn't the worker, my parents were working, you know.
Órale. So when you came back to the Valley, you landed in Limbo in Edinburgh, okay?
Okay, pues look, honestly, güey, like caímos de arrimados, güey. When we came back over here, we didn't have no money. So we're staying at my tia's in Palmview. I stayed there for a couple months, then shit hit the fan there, you know, like little problems. Then we moved to with another tia, and then from there, same thing, like little problems with my dad and his sister and whatever. Then we ended up staying at a house. This is a story a lot of people don't know about me. Like we moved to an abandoned house in West Laco. Like my dad's homeboy was started building it, but he never finished it. And it didn't have no light, no water. They hadn't even set up the meter yet, nothing. So we couldn't put light in it. And pues we were broke. In order to put light, we had to like come up with a big ass chunk.
Yeah, para que te van a poner el poste, yeah.
But the vato told my dad, hey, ahí se pueden quedar si quieren, pero pues no hay luz, you know. So we're like, fuck it, we went to stay there. On Wednesdays and Sundays, I would jump my neighbor's fence. They would go to church. I would go get the water hose and bring it to the house and fill up barriles, güey. Big ass blue barriles. Fill them all the way up. One in each room, one in the kitchen, you know, in the restrooms. One would have water for in between days, and then from there I moved to Elsa. Then in Elsa I was there for a while, and then Elsa was bad, but right there we moved into a little trailer. We already had light. Like it was better, but it was bad because of other stuff going on. And then from there we came back to Edinburgh. I lived in Edinburgh when I was a kid before we moved to Cali. I used to live in Owassa. Then we came back to Edinburgh, and then once we got to Edinburgh, pues I was already 8th grader, beginning freshman, so
yeah,
I was already...
Cuando comienzas a cagar el palo,
yeah, cagar el palo, but I was like more on some get money shit. Cause I was like, fuck, my parents don't got money. I don't want to be moving where I used to hate moving every time. Imagine you're living at a school, and then 7 months later, you're at another school. I never finished the year off at the school, like, till I got to high school. Once I got to high school, then it was different, because now I was washing cars. You can ask anybody that know me from high school. I Silent T, homeboy Silent. I would go after school, or whenever there was no school, I'd go knock on everybody's door. Hey, you want me to wash your car? Whatever you want me to do. And I would go collect money, boom. Had one of my homeboys, he would go get his money and he would buy stuff for his girlfriend, but I was just there stacking up, buying clothes or giving it to my mom, like, here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, that's what I was on. And plus we stayed in Edinburgh, and then Edinburgh, I love Edinburgh. I claim Edinburgh. You know, I was born in McAllen, but I claim Edinburgh. I represent the whole valley, though, at the end of the day, because I lived throughout moved around. I know people everywhere growing up. And then plus now, I mean, you're over here. We're homeboys. I've known you for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we're connected.
Simón, pues I've known you for a while now, G. Since I would see you back in the day, con Silent T at the shows and shit. And you've always been very money motivated. Desde que te he conocido, ¿me entiendes? Se oye en tus rolas, se guacha, ¿me entiendes? Es tu rollo.
I have a line that I say, like, I could talk about some stress, but I'd rather say, let's get this bread. You know what I mean? Because it's true. Like, I could be sad, but it's like, me rapping about being sad,
Te tumbas de jale nomás.
you're going to just be more sad.
Sí,
It's going to just remind you everything. Because I know sometimes I'll listen to, like, Rod Wave, and he makes real sad music. And, like, he acknowledges that he makes sad music. And when I listen to his music, pues I get in the mood. Here, my ruca, she'll be like, hey, baby, you don't want to listen to something else? Because I'll get in my whole, like, down, you know? Like, I just, like, because you just relate to pain, you know?
Simón, pues, music expresses different emotions, güey, ¿me entiendes? So, lo que estás oyendo, that's the trip you're gonna go on, ¿me entiendes? El viaje.
And that's what's beautiful about music, but I'd rather just motivate. I'd rather talk about fly shit, talk about what's going on, like, what we're doing now, like, you know what I mean? Like, and just show people, like, hey, like, even though you're struggling, like, shit, I was struggling like a motherfucker, bro. Like, this story I just said, that was just one of it, you know? Like, we've been through a lot, like, and a lot of people, like, they think, like, because they see me always, like, flashy, you know, or they see me, like, the way I dress, and they think, like, oh, he comes from money. But nah, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, life was hard, but now it's like, I want to show people, like, it don't matter, you know what I mean? Like, if you work, you gonna have it, bro. You work and save. Like, there's one thing in working and then partying it off. You ain't gonna have nothing to show for it. But if you work and save and you work towards a goal, I mean, anything's possible, you know what I mean? Like, it's like how we started off, you know? You remember your first studio, then you started boom, 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 you know? Same thing, like, everybody, like, the more you work, the better you get.
So, cuando ibas ahí a la escuela, so en high school ya estabas ahí en Limbo.
Yeah.
Sí. ¿Y cómo estaba en high school, carnal?
High
Estaba
school
grabado ya la escuelina. ¿Cuál ibas a
Edinburgh North. Nah, Edinburgh North was chill, bro. Like, Edinburgh North was super chill. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't a big gang school. You know, you had your gangs and everything, but it was like more like everybody was like, you tripping, then you have a problem. It's like one-on-one. It wasn't nothing like agravado, like, you know, where everybody's like,
que se fuera para la calle así, y la
yeah,
madre.
like, you know, like, there was a lot of fights and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like, there's worse, you know?
Yeah, Simón. ¿Y luego hiciste graduate de la escuelina esa o no, G? ¿O qué rollo?
Yeah.
You did? ¿Qué año?
Graduated in 10.
Machín. So, después de ahí comenzaste a hacer rap o yo andabas rapping cuando ya habías hecho graduate o qué rollo, G? Porque cuando yo te conocí era cuando te guachaba allá en el cantón de Silent T.
It was like, I met you, I was still in high school. I think it was probably like 2007, 2008. I was like a sophomore or a junior. Yeah, I met you, Gas, you know, Focus. Started seeing all of y'all. But I had already heard about y'all. You know what I mean? Because I was big into music. I was already a rapper, you know? So, like, even though I wasn't the best, like, I've never said I'm the most talented rapper. My talent's my hustle, my work, you know, like, my work ethic. But I would, like, see y'all, I would hear y'all, and I was, like, from the Conecta days. Remember when y'all had the Conecta CD? That I used to listen to y'all. There was like, the Flow Camp. There was a couple Valley groups that were, like, going off at the time. And I was like, damn, like, these fools are going hard. Like, before I heard of any of y'all, I used to think you had to go to LA, Hollywood, to go make music. You know, I had my little cassette recorder, my little cassette player, and I would record it. I used to think, like...
Pues casi sí, carnal, porque antes no tenían los tools que ahorita tienen todos, ya.
But...
You know, like, back in the day, like, oh...
But a little bit after, like, once, like, I learned from Silent T a lot. So, from Silent, what's it called? Once I went to their house for the first time, I went to their house like in 2007, 2006, right? They had a whole studio. I was like, what? Like, they had a microphone, they had a computer, they had software, they had big speakers, everything. I was like, damn, like, I recorded my first song, I still remember that shit. Like, and I was like, damn, bro, like, I sounded crazy on the mic. Like, I thought it was like the best thing in the world. And they changed my life.
Pinche battery como oro, shit.
After that, I hustled. I was like, boom, let me get money. I bought my own studio. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy Gabriel, we put a studio at his house. And actually, he lives like right across the street from Silent, like in the same neighborhood. But it was just more like, cause Silent was he's older, you know? So he had his own boys, and it was like, I'm still a youngster, so they look, and then I wasn't the most talented rapper either, so they looking at me like, just keep doing your thing, like, you know? But I put my own studio so I could work at my own time, you know, like, just go at it. And I mean, I just kept getting better. Like, That's one thing I could say about myself. Like, if you listen to my first songs, you listen to any of my old songs, you listen to my newest song, you're gonna be like, damn. Or you listen to the progress, you're gonna be like, he kept getting better, you know? I had a lot of friends that are talented as fuck and like just super good since back then. They're better than me than I am right now, you know, back then. And it's like, they had no work ethic, you know what I mean? They didn't know how to like sit down and just work.
¿Y cuántos projects más o menos has hecho drop ya, G?
I stopped counting. Like, I stopped counting at like 32, bro. Like, straight up. So since then, I probably dropped the Trap Love ones. Trap Love 1, Trap Love 2. Then I did Project Pro. Then Long Day.
¿Y todos esos son mixtapes? Or mixtapes and album, combined, mixed?
It's mixed, bro, because I have a lot of them that I could consider albums, because I paid for all the beats. A lot of them are exclusives, but it's just like, I'd rather consider them as mixtapes, you know? Because it's like, I learned it from Nipsey. I saw it in an interview from him where he said, like, it's better just to label everything a mixtape. So once you get to that next level, you
start with your album.
Exactly.
Como your
the
first
label
legit album.
They won't have no numbers to compare for your previous album sales. They just have mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be like, oh, well, you only sold this much on your first album. And be like, no, I never dropped an album. All those were mixtapes. They were free, you know? So like, I learned that from them. So that's why I never like really call them albums, you know, like that. So it's just more mixtapes.
Machín. ¿Y qué rollo con el de For the Raza?
For the Raza, that right there, that's like my first project that I actually feel like I put a lot into it. Like I put I put my heart and soul in all of them, right? But this one I put more than my heart and soul. You know what I mean? Like I did everything I could. Like I traveled, I took chances. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just like it speaks for itself. Like when you listen to it and when you hear it and when you see it, like it's just a lot of work went into that CD, bro. Like I got features in there from. Pretty much for the Raza, it's called For the Raza, right? So I wanted to look for a lot of the Mexicans that I feel like that are popping right now. Like not just like where I'm from, but like all around, right? So that's why I looked around and I messaged some of them and then someone wouldn't message back and I had to pop up on some of them, you know what I mean? Like when I was in the city, when I was in their area and like, yo, I'm in your town, or like I ran into Cap G. When I ran into Cap G, I told him, like, I've been trying to work with you. Well, check it out. He tells me, he's like, man, I've seen you on the food community. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, shit, that's what's up. He's like, let's do it. He's like, I got his number, called him. We did a song that night. You know, we shot the video there at the studio. Like, it was quick. But I was like, so pretty much it was similar like that with all of them. I met Peso. With Peso, I ran into him in California. We're both from Texas. I hit him up. Like, boom, boom. We started talking real quick. Paid him a little fee. I pulled up. We did the song, you know, shot the video and everything, and then linked up with Dee Baby out here in Houston. Bundy, caught Bundy when he came down to the Valley.
Simone, I remember you connected with him when he came down to the V.
And then just start building a relationship with some of these dudes, you know, like get cool with them, you know, they get cool with you. They see what it's about, you know. I love it when they come down to the Valley because we actually get to show them what we about, you know, because nobody really knows what the Valley's on. So like when they come out, they see like, okay, like,
la cultura, todo el rollo, como está diferente el show.
Like it's because you got the Cali type of Mexican, and then you got a Texas Mexican, and then you got like the Valley Mexican, where it's just different. You know what I mean? Because we're right here right by the border, bro. So it's just like it's more intertwined with like it's just a different culture, and I feel like they don't appreciate it till they come out here and actually see it.
Sí, pues ya they experience it for themselves, ¿me entiendes? La cultura como es diferente como otras partes. Porque vas a big cities, ¿me entiendes? Chicago, ¿me entiendes? Vas pa pinche Memphis, Atlanta, todo ese jale. Y es otro rollo, güey, ¿me entiendes? Es diferente el rollo, ¿me entiendes?
No, it's completely different. Like,
yeah.
I've gone to Philadelphia, New York, and damn, it's a whole different lifestyle. Like over there, like, if you don't get home by a certain time, you ain't gonna find no parking space. And it's like, that's one thing I hated about there, bro. Like, I stayed in Philadelphia for like almost 2 months. And damn, bro, that shit was like, no parking nowhere. You know what I mean? Everything's like houses on top of houses, apartments on top of apartments. Like, there's no space. And it's just like, you come out here, man, you park 20 cars in your front yard. And ain't nobody gonna trip. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, it's player out here, bro. It's chill, you know?
Sí, Valley style, cookout time, ya sabes, afuera la verga.
You could actually have a kickback on the weekend, have everybody pull up, and there's space for them to pull up. Out there ain't no space. Like, that's one thing I didn't like.
Sí, pues acá estilo rancho, güey. Yeah. Así nomás,
I love that shit.
Y también la food del Valley está different, güey, que otros lados. Aparte de todo el jale, güey, like, Es otro pedo, güey, pues estamos acá más cerquita a la frontera.
Yeah.
Lo más cerquita que estás a la frontera, lo más auténtico que sale la pinche la food.
Our tacos way different from Cali tacos.
Yo
but
sé,
they're both good. They're both just as good because in Cali you got like asada, and out here we don't really sell asada. Like if you go to a taco spot, you can't really ask for asada. Now we got birria, but I feel like we got put onto birria through Cali because I seen birria in Cali first. You know, but now everybody has birria. But a couple years ago, you weren't really seeing birria like that.
No.
You know, like the old schools, yeah, they would do the birria with the chivo, you know, but that was like on a certain occasions. So I see like where it's like mixing a little bit, and that's cool because it's like now, like, because I guess because of TikTok, like everybody's seeing each other's
cultures. Sí, es el jale nomás, güey, como TikTok ahorita it influences the culture, güey, ¿verdad? Something goes viral. Y pues todo lo quieren hacer, todo lo quieren calar, ¿verdad? Yo no lo he calado todavía, pero I want to try them out, G, ¿me entiendes?
No, the birria tacos?
Nah.
Man, dog, look, I don't really like to give
I never tried them.
I don't really like to do free promo, but Tingy's in McAllen, Texas, dog, they got the best birria tacos.
Sí.
Tingy's, and then now they got birria tacos, Mighty Tierra, with shrimp on them. It's like a birria taco, and then with the shrimp on it.
Mamalones. Bien chatote, la verga.
Yeah. They close early, so that shit, but it's fire.
Sí, huevo. So, luego after de este For the Raza, ¿qué vas a hacer, carnal? ¿Qué estás planeando? ¿Qué rollo?
Look,
¿O todavía vas a hacer drop más videos para este o no?
Yeah. Look, right now, check it out. It's because I had a deadline for myself last year because really I wanted to drop For the Raza last year, right? But I had it in my head. I wanted to get a couple certain artists, and I kept trying to make it happen, but they're already signed, and with the labels, it was a lot of bullshit, bro. So I couldn't make it happen. But it's gonna happen later, you know? But, so I just prolonged it. And so in between, I dropped a project called Back from LA. Cause I was traveling a lot back and forth. So I dropped Back from LA, and that had like 20 songs in it. And
that's the one you had the 3D cover for, huh?
Yeah. So
echaba machines de jale, güey.
So with that one, I made history with that one.
Yeah.
Like, I was the first rapper. Like, a lot of the blogs, they posted it like the first Mexican. But really, I was the first rapper to have a AR album cover. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like in the future, like all album covers, because now they're dropping albums with NFTs behind them, right? So now, like I'm saying, like in the future, they're gonna start dropping album covers with digital art, to where like you scan it, and then you're gonna see either a music video gonna pop up, or it's gonna be like how mine was, the whole cover turns 3D, or like different stuff. Like it's just gonna be more to it, you know?
Sí. No, pues sí, a huevo, güey, va avanzando la pinche technology y sacan jales más locos a la verga. Así es el rollo. So, después de esto, G, ¿qué sigue? Mixtape, album, ¿qué rollo?
Look, right now I already got a little mixtape I'm working on called Flight Mode. Yeah, I already got like 7, 8 songs for it. So I'm just gonna keep recording more, pick another 5, and then just drop it. I'm gonna keep dropping, bro. That's the way I like to do. Like, just keep dropping, and then, cause as you drop, you start learning what's hitting. You know, like, well, for me, like I start learning what's hitting, and then I'll take down projects. Like, if you go look for a lot of my old projects, I already took off a lot of my old stuff. Old videos, took them off. So it's just like, keep rebuilding, keep adding, and then add and take out what doesn't make sense no more, you know? Like, I mean, I see it on my Spotify, I see what they're listening to, I see what they're not listening to, so it's like, I start taking stuff down. So, like, one thing I learned about Spotify, like, game for artists, because it's cool to have a lot of music there, but if you have music, I have music under that I didn't feel comfortable about, where I was like, man, like, that was a filler song. So then now, like, when someone goes to Spotify, it just plays a random song. So then sometimes, like, they do it in front of me. They'll go to Spotify, like, oh, let me follow you. Okay, they meet me in person. Let me follow you on Spotify. They go and it starts playing a random song, and then sometimes it's the filler song. And it's just like, damn, I feel like,
I don't want you to meet me like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, damn, like, why is it gotta be that one? Like, you know? And it's still a good song. And it's still a good song, but it's just like, I'm not the most, like, where, you know, so I'd rather just have, like, the ones that everybody likes, the bangers, the ones that I feel like, okay, this is certified, like, this one's good. So just keep making new music, bro. You know how it is. You stay recording, like, you know, like, it's just keep recording and then just dropping. So Flight Mode next. But right now, I'm gonna drop a bunch of videos because I gotta catch up on Back from LA. I dropped right after Back from LA. I dropped Coast to Coast Pro, and then I did For the Raza. But so I gotta catch up on those two. Do some videos. I just dropped a video today called Born For It, and that one's from Coast to Coast Pro. So like I'm just gonna do a couple videos in between and then keep recording, you know.
Simón. Yeah, but you gotta keep pushing, bro. Dropping highlights y la chingada. So going back to cuando estabas allá en Limbo G, cuando comenzaste a hacer rap y la madre, was it solo or were you in a group o qué rollo?
Yeah.
Like, so cuando saliste, you were in a group in high school or no?
Yeah, in high school, yeah, pretty much it was me, Silent T, my homeboy Silent, he got two brothers, right? His middle brother, they had their own group. They were called the Drafted Clique. Shout out to all them motherfuckers, a lot of them motherfuckers in it. And then his youngest brother, my homeboy Michael, so he was my age. And it was me, Michael, and then Rick Rowe. I don't know if you remember Rick Rowe. He was part of Silence. Yeah, he was part of the Lineup Clique. So his youngest brother was in the crew too. So it was like the Lineup's younger brothers and me. Like I met them and you know, we all teamed up and then we're going. And then, you know, as you start, like, life starts hitting, like, everybody finds different stuff or everything's different, so a lot of them just stopped. You know, I kept going. Then I was rapping with, like, the older ones, and then I just kept going, you know, and then pretty much it was just me and T, like, from the whole circle that was there, from Good Music.
Simón.
You know?
Cuando comenzaron, sí.
Yeah.
Sí, pues ya were there, ¿verdad? Siempre juntos en Limbo, güey, así pues así te conocí a ti porque andabas con T.
Yeah, when I was at T's house, it was always like, any given day, there was at least 5 visitors there, 5 homeboys extras that didn't live there, you know?
So pinche T, güey, ese vato, fuck, güey, like, ese vato es un pinche beast, güey, al chile, güey.
Straight up.
Ese güey es otro rollo, güey, like, como, se saca la pinche carnal, neta, güey.
Straight up. Nah, honestly, like, a lot of what I learned it from T.
Sí?
Yeah, straight up. That's like my mentor. That's the only mentor I could say that I had. The actual mentor that taught me. That wasn't like, nah, I ain't gonna tell him, cause then.
Yeah, no sé, como he gave you game. He
gave me a lot of game, bro. A lot of game from how to get on beat. Cause before I would have lyrics. I could always write, but I wouldn't be on beat.
Yeah.
And then he was like, man, you gotta slow down. And you know, he gave me a lot of advice, like.
Well, that's a way that you did progress with. Como tú dices, ¿verdad? Como dijiste earlier, que dijiste que you don't. Que your hustle gets good, but not your rap game. Pero
no,
I remember when you wouldn't, like, when you were off beat, and you would still record it, like, como te valía verga.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah, because I was still spitting, I was still saying some shit.
I knew, like, como, pero you just kept doing it, güey. Like, como you kept doing it, and now you don't have that.
Yeah, now I can
like,
just jump on.
You don't have that shit, carnal, ¿me entiendes? Pero you did have it for a while. Pero, güey.
But
shit.
That's where I say, like, I didn't say that my flow didn't get better, because it did, but what I said is I'm not the most, like, I didn't have the most talent.
Okay,
like, I wasn't like a talented rapper, because I have other homeboys that, bro, they weren't rappers, and then they would show up to the studio and they would do a song and they would kill it, right? I had a lot of homeboys in high school, like, because we would get cool and then they're like, oh, I want to go try it out. And it's like, shit, come through. Like, you know, you're my boy. Like, I ain't going to tell you, like, you can't do it. Like, I wasn't a hater. Like, nah, only I can do it. So come through and then they would be better than me, bro. They'd be on beat, like, killing it. And I was like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was hard. Like, so my thing was just like, I'm going to just keep doing it till I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna just keep going, way. Like, no me agüitaba, you know? Like, I wouldn't hate on them either. Like, I wasn't like, oh, fuck. Nah, I was like, fuck it. Like, he's good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, pues, de hacer hate on somebody that's better than you or good as you is not good, kind of, because I remember that's why we would always look for, like, when somebody like that, way, que they're good at, you want to get with them. ¿Me entiendes? Porque if somebody's good, güey, they'll make you better.
Exactly.
¿Me entiendes? And then you're like, oh, este vato se va a sacar la daga. Like, it's como, every time I do a song with T, ¿me entiendes? Like, como, I know, ¿me entiendes? Como, este güey va a sacar algo machín, like, yo tengo que sacar algo machín. Como quiera te da un poquito más, ¿verdad, güey? Like, como, you go a little bit harder. ¿Me entiendes? Machín. Y para los que no saben, T, que estamos hablando, es O.G Silent.
O.G Silent now, yeah.
Yeah, O.G Silent. Go check out his latest album drop. Se llama Cold Hearted. Unas rolas mamalonas, neta, al chile. Like, como, es un hustle,
a lot of people think it's easy, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm blessed, bro, like, by God, you know what I mean? Because, like, I went, when my first time to Philadelphia, it was just me and my brother. My brother moved out there. He lives out there in Philly now, right? Just me and him, bro, you know? And at that time, like, everybody was like, I was getting so many messages, I felt offended, bro, because I was getting messages where, like, people were like, be careful out there, bro, like, be careful, be safe, and I was like, damn, what y'all think this is, you know what I mean? Like I'm good, you know, like, I know how to defend myself, protect myself, I walk with God, like, I don't fear no man, you know? So it's like, I started feeling like Like, bro, why? Remember, Jacob? I told y'all, like, I was telling them, I was like, why these people messaging me this shit? And then my girl started telling, like, nah, it's because they care. They care about you. Like, they're just like, you know. I was like, man, like, I was taking it sideways. I felt like they were, like, kind of like, you know. But I was out there, bro. I shot, my first time there, I was there for 2 weeks. I just helped my brother move in, you know, and came back. And then I went back. Stayed out there for a couple months. But the first time I went out there, bro, I shot videos, bro, right? First video I shoot out there, I had like 4 girls in it that I met. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the cameraman didn't get that. I had to meet a cameraman. You know what I mean? Met the cameraman, met some, now they're homies, you know, met some dudes out there and then started linking up and moving around, like, just not being scared to get out there.
Sí, pues así se hace, güey, tienes que ir a hacerlo.
If y'all go see the videos, one of them's called Up and the other one's called Autumn Leaves, and they're both, like, you'll see it, like, it's like, damn, it looks like a label did that for me. And I probably spent like $400 on each video, you know, just on the cameraman, like.
Sí, porque pues todo se puede hacer, cara, nomás queriendo hacerlo, ¿verdad?
And like, exactly.
Nomás
like,
queriendo hacerlo.
When I was in LA, I went to LA one time by myself, bro. I just wanted to get out the valley and, like, you know, like how you say, like, it's not just easy being there, but it's like you also got to pay to get there and everything, you know? So it's like, that's another thing. So it was like, I didn't really have nobody that wanted to go, and then I was like, fuck, I didn't have the money to pay for somebody else. I was like, I'm gonna just go out there because I want to go work. I want to go do some videos, different scenery, you know? So I went out there, and, dog, I shot a video at a laundromat. At the laundromat and at a Motel 6. That shit came out hard as fuck. You know what I mean? I was like, now I stayed, that's actually the trip when I met Peso. You know, I stayed a little extra days, and then some other homies ended up popping out there. And then we just we did that, I messaged that fool, and I was like, what's up, dog? I'm from Texas, woo woo. And like, pull up, we did that shit. Shot another video, I was like, damn, that trip was worth it. But if I wouldn't have gone, I wouldn't have done none of that. You know what I mean? Like, that was 2 videos at that time, and I ain't gonna lie, when I did that Peso song, when I did that feature, it was like, interesting. You know, like the Valley was like, okay, like you're collabing with somebody from outside of here. Cause at the time he was popping, he had just dropped one of his biggest songs, you know what I mean? So it was like, I noticed it, cause I had never got that kind of attention from the people around me. They were like, they started taking me serious, you know what I mean? So like, that's one thing I could say, like, that's good about features, is like, it starts putting you on another level to where like the people around you start realizing like, oh, he's serious, you know what I mean? Like, he's working with these other fools, you know what I mean? So.
Sí, pues you're investing, te estás moviendo, andas aquí y allá, and you keep dropping como quiera, jalecillos aquí y allá.
And that's what people, a lot of rappers coming up right now are like trying to be rap. Like, I say trying to rap because you gotta invest in it. Everybody can rap. If you can talk, you can rap. You know, you can rap.
They're rapping.
Yeah.
Chingo de vatos.
No, yeah, everybody rap, but
Chingo
you gotta invest, bro. Like, if you don't invest, like, you know, I've seen you invest merch. You always have merch. Any given day, you got merch. You know what I mean? Like, any given day. And I already know that. Like, I'm the same way. Like, there's only a few of us in the Valley that always have merch.
Sí, a huevo, güey. Sí, a huevo. No, pues yo también comencé la merch así con la music, ¿me entiendes? Hacía las pinches Sur Lado shirts y atrás le puse el Valle Texas. Y pues ahí comenzó y luego pues ya hice puro Valley merch y la chingada. Y pues ahorita PPP956 a la verga.com. Chécalo. Ahí tengo chingo de merch para el Valley. Y luego después, cuando ya te fuiste tú solo, güey, ¿en qué CD era? What was your first mixtape you did by yourself?
Okay, even when I was in the group, I was doing solo CDs.
Oh, Lord.
Like, cause I was just.
So no comenzaste nomás con el group nomás.
Yeah, nah, I was already like, it's cause I was just write so easy, bro.
Sí.
And like, I mean, like I said, I wasn't the best.
So you were just writing a
lot. Moving on, recording, and then when I learned like freestyling and then loqueando, and it was just like I was just dropping tracks. You know, I went on the Pro Tape series. This was a little probably like 2015, 14. But I went on a Pro Tape run and did it at my homeboy Brown Outlaws at King Menace studio, and I would do it late at night, bro. When everybody was knocked out, I'd be up there and just recording myself with the mouse on my pants, standing up, recording, boom, 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 boom. Did 3 CDs like that, bro. And each one has 20-some songs, you know, 20, 21, 22. And a lot of it was like rap, freestyle, like written, and then freestyle. But it was just like in my mode, and I was just knocking that out. And while I was doing those 3, we did like 4 projects in between as a group there. You know what I mean? As the 107 Hideout, as like out of that spot. We did the Trap CD, we did Trap 1, Trap 2, which was called the Real Amigo Project. And then we did Dog, Delusions of Grandeur, Then they had Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous.
Me acuerdo de ese también.
That one was like theirs. That one was like more menace, but I was all over it too, you know. That's around when I met them. Once I met them, I was like, I started working, and they kept telling me like, come through, come work over here, you know. And I already knew them from shows, and we had a lot of mutual friends. And I was like, man, the day where I was recording that, the homeboy told me, he was like, man, you can't record here no more. Like, I'm gonna do gospel, and like, I don't like what you rap about, and it's not good. It's like, it stays in my house, and this and that. Like, I was like, all right, bro. So, like, literally that same day, King Menace messaged me. He was like, hey, bro, when you gonna come out here to the hideout? I was like, man, what's up, bro? I'm down to roll up right now. So I went straight over there. Like, it was like one door closed right in front of me, and then the other one right open.
Por algo pasa todo. Así
went out there, and it was just like...
Y cuando loqueaban, güey, que sí, loqueabas machino, ¿no? De chavalo.
Yeah, we would always get fucked up.
Sí,
you know? They had no business doing that shit as a kid. Straight up.
Sí, huevo, pero pues es parte del show, ¿verdad, güey? Como quiera cuando andas ahí en el desmadre y la chingada.
But I was always like, I learned that shit quick, like, cause I was always the younger one, so I was watching everybody fucking up. Cause I wasn't driving. I was young and poor, so like, I didn't have no car. My parents didn't have an extra car to borrow. They weren't gonna let me their car. They had one car, you know. So I was always just there, like, I saw everybody like crash their whips. You know what I mean? Like, be all throwed and just like, or end up in jail over that shit. Like, you know, a lot of different shit. Like, I ended up in jail here and there, but it wasn't like I wasn't fucking up like that. You know, like I was like, I didn't have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? I would get fucked up. I'd just be at the house. I'd be at Trex house, Silent T's house. You know, I'd just be there chilling. You know, like I didn't have money like that, and I wasn't gonna go spend my money trying to like impress people. You know what I mean? So I was just chilling. Like, but I saw a lot of people fuck up, so I learned from that shit. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to be doing that shit. Like, by the time I got my first ride, I wasn't drinking and driving. I wasn't doing pills and driving like that. You know, I would like do a little shit here and there, but I wasn't like how all my other homeboys were. I was like, hell no, y'all tripping. You know, I just got my first ride. I didn't want to lose that bitch. I want to crash it. Like,
sí, pues tenías chingos que perder, güey. Lo único que tenías como casi, ¿verdad? Como...
Yeah, straight up.
Ni vergas. El drink este que sacaste, ¿cuándo lo sacaste, güey? ¿Ya tiene rato?
I dropped it, what was it, like probably like in February, I think? No, I think it was like March.
You partnered with somebody to drop it?
Yeah, I partnered with Real Juice. It's a company that started out here in the Valley.
Okay,
and they're pretty much, they're FDA approved and all that. Like, it's legit. And you can find it at, like, right now it's just local. It's in the RGV. It's in TDK and Mercedes and McAllen and at the Wax Room Smoke Shop.
Órale, machín. Ahí para que le caigan y levanten unos...
Great flavored, called Purple Passion. Prolifek's Purple Passion. That shit delicious.
Mamalón, carnal, mamalón.
That's what we on right now, man. We're pushing the product. We're pushing these drinks. Pushing the merch. We got 107 Boys shirts. We got 107 Boys hats. We got the Forever tees. And then right now I'm working on some new logos.
¿Y tienes una website donde pueden agarrar todo ese jale, no, carnal?
Actually,
o ahorita en tu Instagram, o qué rollo?
Just the Instagram, at Prolifek, Prolifek. But we're working on the website. It's already, like, it's literally right now getting worked on. But another thing we're pushing right now is the Frenchies. We got I partnered up with 5K Frenchies, and we're pushing French Bulldogs.
Sí, watch out, que chingos también andan vendiendo chingo de dogs,
bro. So right now that's like the new wave right now is like
sí, watch out.
High quality.
Están yendo, no, güey?
Yeah, bro. Like in May I was blessed. In May we sold like, what was it, like 8 dogs? 8 pups, bro. Like found 8 pups in their new homes, like, and like it's good. Like I like dogs. I've always wanted to breed dogs. Like I've always wanted to be. I used to have bullies back in the day.
Sí,
before bullies, I had the pit bulls,
dogs too.
Razor's Edge, and then after that I had American bullies, and then exotics, and then I got out the dog game for a while because I wanted to focus more on music, with traveling. Because with dogs you can't really travel. So right now, like I had puppies these last couple months. So in March I had a litter come out, and then right after that we had another litter. So I was just flooded with puppies, so like I didn't travel too much. I couldn't travel, you know what I mean? Because I was taking care of puppies. But now I got my team set up. Now like I got a couple people that are gonna help me, that they're gonna be whelping for me and everything, so I could get back to the street. I could get back to the moving around, focus on the music, you know? But we still have the dogs, take the dogs with me. I actually wanted to bring one with me, but I gotta go do some things after this, so. But 5K Frenchies on Instagram, 5K Frenchies.
Órale, and are you working with any youngsters aquí del Valley?
Yeah, bro.
Like como, pues hay chingo de rappers ya, ¿verdad? ¿Estás jalando con ellos o qué?
I'm open to work with anybody. Like I always tell everybody, like, but I mean, if your shit's trash, like if it's trash, like it starts off with the beat, bro. Like if the beat's trash, like I get features, I know you get messages all day, every day. Like I get at least one person a day where they're like either telling me they want to work or they want to work or they're sending me a song to check out or they're tagging me on the song. Like, and sometimes it's like you gotta work more, you know. Like I put so much work into my craft where it's like you gotta work enough to where it's like okay, like I want to work with you too, like, you know. And I work with a lot of people in the Valley. I have a lot of features, bro. We just shot a video for a feature we're about to drop. It's called La Tengo. It's like a dembo flow. It's like
¿Con quién?
It's con El Exodia. And what's it called? Yeah, he does Spanish music. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's reggaeton. Like I'm not too like familiar, but he said it's dembo, and so I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's a whole different rhythm.
Otro jale.
Yeah, it's outside of my comfort zone. But I still killed it, you know. I posted a preview up. I got a lot of messages, a lot of mentions where it's like, yo, you gotta do more stuff like this. We need stuff like this. I like this, like different. So where it's like, okay, like, but that was a feature, you know. I know that song's gonna be a good one once we drop it. Like just by the video, we already shot the video. The video's fire, you know. So and everybody's telling me it's real catchy from what I've already released. So if I would have never like been like, nah, I don't want to do that kind of song, or I don't, like that's not my style, like I would have missed out on an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I like to work. I'll work with anybody, you know. But it's just they gotta like show that they're already pushing their stuff. And there's a lot of artists like I'll tell them like I was like, just send me something else. Like if I didn't like it, I'll tell them send me something else.
Simón, you know? Pues así es, G. That's how it is. You want to weed out like you might feel this beat, you might not feel the other one. Y pues ahí se van, ahí se aganchan y sobre se hace el rollo. No, pues está bueno, G. Gracias por venir. Y ahí estamos hasta la otra, homie. Ya sabes, stay real for life.